again, readers! It's me, Raimskie, and welcome to another book review for 2022. And in this video, I will hopefully briefly be talking about The Extraordinaries by TJ Klune, by Daddy TJ Klune. Why did I say daddy? I'm almost like a dad myself because of my age. Anywho, I must tell you guys right here, right now, that I am so in love and I had one of the most fun reads ever this year. And to think that this book is just my second TJ Klune book that I have ever read in my entire life. And girl, was it so much fun, so adorable. So, the story in this novel is about this guy who is the most famous fan fiction writer of the Extraordinaries. So, who are the Extraordinaries? So, these Extraordinaries are these human beings who were gifted superhuman abilities, and it ranges from telekinesis, pyrokinesis, hydrokinesis, terrakinesis, anything, shadow manipulation, light manipulation, every single possible superhuman ability that you can think of are gifted to these Extraordinaries, or these superheroes, if you may. This character, whose name is Nicholas Bell, I'm sorry for not saying it a while ago, he is the most famous fan fiction writer of the Extraordinaries, and he writes fanfics of Shadowstar, who is this extraordinary who can manipulate shadows and dress really well. And yes, since I am saying it that way, it means that Nicholas Bell has a huge crush on this superhero. So when Nick meets Shadowstar one day, right then and there, or right after they met, he has decided to become an extraordinary himself, much to his friends' chagrins. Trust. So some of the things that I liked about this book is that not only is it queer positive, or it normalizes queer relationships, but it has also a neurodivergent positive representation in it, because Nicholas Bell, this character, has attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, also known as ADHD. And his brain is always on the go every single time. And this boy, this guy, this character, Nick Bell, can't even shut up for one single second. And that's one of his most lovable characteristics, because he speaks before he could think. And he is so absolutely oblivious to everything that is going around him. So much so that if a person has a crush on him, he wouldn't be able to tell about it, because he is that completely oblivious. And it's a good thing that he has a lesbian friend, a butch lesbian friend, who tolerates him a lot. Trust me when I say a lot. And this lesbian character, this butch lesbian character, breaks the fourth wall most of the time, and I am here for it. And now that I think about it, this is the second lesbian character that I have ever read who also breaks the fourth wall. And their banters and Nick's banters with this friend of his is always so funny. And girl, let me tell you about these second-hand embarrassments that I always have whenever Nick goes into trouble. It is it is just so hilarious. It is so hilarious that I always flame my hands like this, and it's a good thing I only flame my hands whenever I read this book at home. And when I am reading this during my transit, I cannot contain myself, and I always giggle by myself. So whenever I read this book, I always look around who's looking at me or who's watching me, because I don't want to embarrass myself. Because I don't want first-hand embarrassment as well. So I always am conscious of who's watching me whenever I read this book, because if you know what I mean. So with all of that said, I will be giving this book 10 out of 10 stars. And yes, you heard me right. 10 out of 10 stars. It's a perfect score for me because it is so much fun. The characters are so lovable and it is so hilarious. And yes, this book reminded me why I became a lunatic in the first place. Even though this is just the second book by Daddy Clune that I have ever read. So if you guys liked watching this hopefully quick book review of The Extraordinaries by TJ Clune, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Or if you did not like watching this video, if I was so annoying, please do give me a thumbs down and please be honest with it, okay? And put your thoughts in the comments section. Also, please do follow me on all of my social media accounts. That will be Bookstagram, Book Twitter, and Book Talk. But I am mostly active on Bookstagram. So again, this is Raimskie asking you guys, begging you guys to please hunt, discover, and to read those queer books. Queer out!